Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Monday, October 28th, 2024. So, on a day that is not Halloween, but you can see it from here.
Yep, I got my candy.
All right. Did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And did you find it to be delicious?
No.
Oh, okay.
I typically don't think of my puzzles as delicious.
Really?
But it was a good puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Good.
It was a fast puzzle.
Uh-huh.
For me, I just zipped through it.
Yeah, I didn't find it too difficult either. It's a Monday, and so we'd be surprised if it was.
Right.
They should do it just sort of like it's an April Fool's joke. Take a Saturday crossword and plunk it in on a Monday.
Oh, that would be cruel.
And just, well, it's an April Fool's joke.
Cruel. A cruel April Fool.
Well, then people would just explode on wordplay.
Well, or vice versa. You could put a Monday on Saturday.
Ooh.
And boy, people would really get upset about that. So,
But this is a Monday crossword on Monday, and it is grand.
yes.
It had a theme, I see.
It was cute. It was cute. There were 3 themed clues, the answers of which were familiar rhymes. The first one was 17 across, nursery rhyme about a disastrous trip up a hill. Of course, that was Jack and Jill.
Right.
28 across, a nursery rhyme about the perils of sitting on a wall. Of course, that was Humpty Dumpty. And then 45, nursery rhyme about the hazards of decaying infrastructure. I thought that was a great clue.
Yes.
London Bridge
is
falling down.
We've been there.
That's right. And the revealer was very interesting. Nickname for the World Series, or what you might call the themed clues. And that was Fall Classic.
Yep.
So classic nursery rhymes describing various falls.
Yes.
So, yes. Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was. It was. And it was by Michael Lieberman.
Yes.
Very good, Michael.
I'm not sure how many crosswords he has published. The name seems vaguely familiar.
Yeah, it does.
He has published 24 of them since 2021. So, yeah, it's about like 8 per year, I guess.
Yep.
And he's done every day of the week except Saturday.
Wow.
But he's working on it now, trying to come up with, devilish clues and all that.
Well, he had some pretty clever clues here.
Indeed.
It's funny, 19 across, how salt and pepper may be added in a recipe. And I couldn't think what that would be, and it turned out to be to taste.
Yes.
Yes.
I was thinking of pinch.
Oh,
but
well,
I couldn't get it.
Of salt, yeah.
I couldn't get it to fit.
You don't need to use a pinch of pepper,
No, I guess not.
but to taste.
I was thinking that one across, many a customer service assistant nowadays bought would be a debut. Bought it was not.
No.
Sorry. It has appeared, in fact, 74 times.
Wow.
The first time it appeared was 1945. At that point, it was not referring to the customer service bot. It was something called botfly larva. I don't even want to know what botfly larva is. That sounds horrible.
Yes. Well, it's a bot. That's the answer.
I guess. I like the word, though. It's sort of a built-in pun.
I suppose.
And many times they talked about science of plants, of course, botany.
Yeah. Abbreviation.
Right. So the first time it actually appeared, let's see, in terms in the use that we're seeing it in here was, well, we had 2009, automaton for short. I guess it could be short for robot too.
Well, yes, because there's droid.
Right.
There was that 2001.
2001.
Droid or bot. Huh. Okay.
So, anywho, that was bot.
Yep.
And then we had, in yesterday's crossword, we had moose meat.
Yes.
And now we're just back down to moose, animal on the state seal of Maine, 4 across.
That's right.
I originally put down whale because I thought it's on the coast, right? Maine?
Yes.
Okay, so they might have whales that beach
They
themselves there.
They
And
might.
so I went for whale.
Well, they wouldn't actually be in Maine. It would be off the coast of Maine.
Well, no,
in the
if they
ocean.
beached themselves.
Oh, if they beached themselves.
But I was thinking it'd be like a horrible flag if they had a picture of a beached whale. That really wouldn't encourage tourism.
No, I don't think so.
I had trouble with, I'm embarrassed to admit, 14 across. Friend of Mickey and Goofy. I was like, Daffy?
Oh.
But I think that was the wrong cartoon series.
Yes, it
right?
definitely was.
It was Donald.
Donald. Mm-hmm.
So eventually
Donald Duck.
I got a hold of myself.
Well, good.
Let's see. I liked 5 down. How often many people brush their teeth? Avert your eyes, dentists. Once a day. Is that true?
I don't know.
I mean, it's in the New York Times, so
It
presumably
must be.
they asked all the people around that they were willing to stand next to.
Now, the question is, what part of the day do they usually brush?
Right.
Is it in the morning or in the evening?
It would have to be in the morning, I would think.
It wouldn't have to be.
Well, you wouldn't want to go out to work smelling like you hadn't brushed your teeth, right?
No, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't. But again, I don't know. Would you want to go to bed? Well, not brushing your teeth.
I'd be asleep, so it wouldn't really bother me at all.
8 hours of decay happening
I
on your
suppose.
teeth. Oh.
Well, I'm sure our dentists are probably shocked by all this.
Probably, yes.
20 across, 20 down, Napoleon Crossing the Blank painting series. And it was 4 letters long, and the second letter was an L, so I went for Elba.
I think
he was
you would need a series to cross Elba.
He was exiled there, right?
Yes, he was.
So he probably would go from one coast to the other, and maybe he had some painters with him, crossing the Elba. So for the record, it turned out to be crossing the Alps.
Yes.
Which sounds more heroic, I guess.
I think so,
Yeah.
yes, definitely.
Sort of like, crossing my jail cell. That's what Elba would amount to, I guess.
Exactly, yes. Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 29 down. Country south of Saudi Arabia was Yemen.
Yep,
Did you get that right away?
I did, yes.
It's the only country I know around South America. Saudi Arabia. Boy, I can't even figure out what country I'm talking about. That's how bad my geography is.
Say South America.
Sorry, I panicked.
I like the pun joke, 43 across. My Zoom joke flopped. I guess it's not remotely funny.
Yes.
Was an example of a pun.
See, that's the point at which most people would just hit end meeting now. Put me out of my misery. 44 across. Marx, who co-wrote the Communist Manifesto, I knew it was Karl, and for a fraction of a second I was debating whether I should lead with a C or a K.
Oh.
Because, you always lead with a C, unless it's the writer of the Communist Manifesto, in which case you lead with a K.
Yes, Karl.
Karl Marx. We had another reference to Dasani, 46 down, bottled water brand.
Yes.
I think they're getting paid. I think the New York Times is either giving, or Dasani is either giving the New York Times money or just dropping off free samples.
Well, that could be.
Because they certainly seem to be showing up a lot lately. And let's just see. Dasani has shown up 10 times. And, okay, 9 of those 10 times, I was about to accuse Joel Fagliano of something, but 9 of those 10 times were with Will Shortz.
Uh-huh.
So I guess he's not really in the pocket of deep water or whatever they.
And wasn't there a clue about Coke, like with the Big Mac? Yeah, beverage with a Big Mac 35, 35 down, large Coke.
Yes.
And of course, Dasani is part of the Coca-Cola empire.
Really?
They bottle and distribute Dasani.
Okay, I'm beginning to see a trend here.
Yeah, when you mention the fact that they're getting paid because they've been in. Well, Coke has been in quite a bit too. So
right,
perhaps you have something there, yes.
Well, I think so. And I think my sort of final argument here, 2 down, 8-armed creatures. Coke is also big into selling octopuses.
No, they're
not. They're not?
No.
Oh, I thought there was like, you get your Dasani, you can get your Coke, you can get your octopus juice.
I don't think so.
Okay. We may need to edit that one out. That sounded awful. 34 down, submit by dates was deadlines.
Yep.
I guess that makes perfect sense.
Yep.
And we had a little bit of French. Water in French. O-E-A-U.
That's right.
So, all right. I think this was, again, a fine crossword.
Mm-hmm.
Great way to start the week.
Yep.
Not too difficult. And that is it for the crossword, but we do have a bit of listener mail.
Ooh.
And this is from Trey.
Oh, okay.
It is titled I don't even know if I can pronounce this. Big Bad Billy Bob Boomerang. I'm worn out. Hi, Gene and Mike. This week's Saturday episode included Mike throwing bit of a wrong answer boomerang. Not quite sure what that is, but I think we're about to find out. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Early in the Saturday episode, you wondered who Billy Bob Thornton is, and if he is any relation to the Six Across answer, hound dog singer Big Mama Thornton. He is not related to Big Mama Thornton, but Billy Bob Thornton is also a musician, as well as a screenwriter and director, but he's best known as an actor.
Right.
Later in the episode, you mentioned trying out the answer Bad Santa for 25 down. It's true. Here's where the boomerang returns to the thrower. Though Bad Santa is not the correct answer, it is the name of a film starring, you guessed it, no I didn't, Billy Bob Thornton. Whoa, that is outstanding. Just thought I'd share this bit of trivia from the episode, Trey.
Wow.
P.S. Hound Dog was written specifically for Big Mama Thornton to sing. She recorded it in 1952. 4 years later, Elvis Presley recorded his version, making it more palatable for white audiences, a practice that Elvis continued throughout his career. Mm-hmm. The song was Elvis's breakout hit, and Big Mama Thornton spent the rest of her life lamenting how he'd become rich and famous off of her song. Wow. Good point. P.P.S. Billy Bob Thornton's finest work, IMHO, is the indie feature he wrote, directed, and starred in, Sling Blade. I highly recommend it.
Oh, I've heard of that film, but I've never watched it.
All right. Well, I'm going to wander off and see if I can spot that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that, Trey. That was just absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. And I like that. The wrong answer boomerang. I think that's going to be my new nickname. Hi, the name's Wrong Answer Boomerang. So, all right. Well, again, thanks for that, Trey. And if anyone else wants to do what Trey just did, drop us a line. You can do so. crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. Yep. That's it for today. We'll be back again with our in-depth, cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.